Well, hello all my friends, welcome back or welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, welcome. My name is T and this is my YouTube channel, Crumpets Tea and Sewing, where I share all my pattern reviews, my fabric hauls, my sewing makes and more. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my next Fabric Mart Fabricista makes, or blog post I should say, and it is going to be with these two fabrics here. And as you can see, I have 8 patterns out here. I have not yet selected which patterns I want to use for these two projects. So out of the 8 patterns, I'm hoping today you can help me choose at least 2 of these patterns. We're going to go ahead and go through these patterns, but before we do that, let's look at the fabric. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this beautiful lemon print on a black background. When I saw this on the website, I just lost my mind. I love lemon prints. I have a couple of lemon prints in my stash. However, they are mostly cotton. This is a rayon fabric of some sort. I think it's a rayon challis fabric. It is quite different than most rayon challis that I have worked with. It has kind of like it's obviously polyester, but it doesn't have that natural stretch that you see in most rayon challis fabrics. It's very smooth on the surface, on the face of the fabric, as you can imagine. And it has this really nice fluid drape. It's just such a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And I believe I got 3.5 yards of this. And here are the lemon prints. You have a whole lemon, and then you have a half a lemon, and then a quarter size lemon just grouped together. And then you can see the stems and some little flowers around the lemon as well. I think this is such a gorgeous piece, and I'm excited to get started on working with this. Next, I decided to get this piece here, which is also another rayon challis fabric. Now this fabric right here, it does have that natural stretch that goes across the weft of the fabric. And as I stated before, you can see it's pulling just a little bit, but with the lemon print, it doesn't even have that. This fabric is on a white background, and the foreground, the print of the fabric, you see these black little flower details, and right on the outline of the black floral detail, in some spots you'll see these little gray flowers, and it's going throughout the fabric. You can see it on the stems and also on the white background. And I think that is just so gorgeous. I love this. And the background of this particular print is actually off-white. It's not white, it's off-white. And so I really love that about the fabric. But it also has this really nice drape, just like the first print that I showed you. It has a really nice fluid drape. So let's look at some of the patterns that I chose for these two projects. I did have some ideas in mind when I selected these two fabrics. However, some things just didn't work out. I want to start with this particular pattern first, which is the Sew Over It penny dress. And this is a classic 1950s, I think it's 1950s. It's a vintage style pattern. And this is the pattern that I actually picked out for the lemon print dress, because I think that lemon print will look really good as a vintage dress. However, when I cut out all the pattern pieces, especially the skirt, when I cut out that skirt pattern, and I'll try to put a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about, it just does not fit on the fabric. When I open the fabric and I try to cut a single layer versus cutting multiple layers, or, you know, shifting of the fabric around on grain, thinking about turning the pattern so that I could cut 2 pieces out instead of cutting it on fold as the pattern suggests, it just does not work. So I decided to sit this to the side and to think about some other options here. And the first option I thought about is the Butterick B6808. I really like this view here that has the double skirt. It is just such a cute little skirt. I love it. These are all the line art here for the pattern. As you can see, it has bust darts. You have an option for option A with pockets. It has an elasticated band. It has a shirt tail hem. And for view B, as I said, you have that double skirt there. And then you have long sleeves, and the sleeves have elastic in the sleeves at the bottom. This pattern, it comes in two separate sizes. So you can get the 8 to 16, or you could get the 18W to 24W. I think this would be really cute for the floral print. So for this print here, I think this would be really cute in this double skirt here. So I thought about using that for this. So that's my first thought for that pattern. I also thought about this pattern here. And if you see my recent video that I posted last Saturday, that you know that this is a pattern that I plan to sew with for this fall. And I want to make this view here with the tier at the bottom. So I also purchased the copy that is 18W to 24W. I have not had a chance to see what the bust measurements are for this, but if they are similar, I might need to size this pattern down, because this pattern does not come in smaller sizes. So I might have to do that for this pattern. But again, I think this would be really lovely in either print, really, the lemon print or the white floral print. And I'm going to go ahead and put those two prints up here so you can see what they look like against these patterns, and you can help me make a good choice for these two fabrics. So I have the prints up here, and you can see what the prints look like against these patterns so that you can give me some idea as to what you think I should do. So that's the Butterick B6763. I also thought about this McCall's pattern. It's McCall's M7992, and I made this before, and I made this pattern with I think it's a cheetah print. Yeah, I think it was a cheetah print silky fabric. It was a textured silky print fabric. And I will go ahead and put the picture here so you can see what that looks like. And I made view C, which is this view here with the long sleeves. And I really like the way that this pattern turned out. However, this pattern tells you to put a casing in the garment, to sew a casing on the inside of the garment. And with silky fabrics, that is kind of tricky. The fabric that I worked with the first time was a textured fabric, so even though it was silky, it still had some kind of stability to it, so it wasn't too bad. With these fabrics here, they're very light and then also very, very smooth, and I don't know if that would work, but I thought about it and it might be something that I would like to do. I thought about the McCall's M7969 as well, and I thought about view D because I have quite a bit of fabric. I have, I think, 3.5 yards of this print here and 4 yards of this. So I want to make sure that I'm using all my yardage here, and I think I'm going to do view D here if I were to make this view. I also thought about the McCall's M7973, and I would do this view right here with the tier at the bottom. I don't think I would do the tie on the neckline, but I am feeling the rest of the dress, and I think that would be just so cute in either one of these prints here. And here's the art line of that pattern, and it is, you have so many different views here. You can make a short dress, you can make a dress that has ruching on the sleeves, you can make a long sleeve, you can make a skirt that has a tier at the bottom, a skirt that has a slit on it. just all different versions here. And I'm really liking that particular pattern. Two more here. So this is the Simplicity S8875. I really like this view here that the model is wearing. However, I would probably make it in a long sleeve. This also has a high waistline. I think it has an empire waist, and it has that beautiful tier at the bottom. And here is the line art here. So I thought about this for the lemon print, and I think that will be just wonderful in a lemon print here. And then lastly, I thought about the Simplicity S9041, which is this pattern right here. It's a simple skirt that has a wrap bodice with, you have an option of doing flutter sleeves, a long sleeve, or a no sleeve option. And I would do either the flutter sleeve or the long sleeve. And it has different skirt lengths as well. And I really like this pattern. However, I would need to go and get the next size up. I made a mistake and I purchased the 6 to 14. Now, I purchased this a long time ago. I think when it first came out, maybe a year and a half ago. And I didn't notice that I picked up the wrong size. So I need to get the next size up, which would be the 14 to 24. So this pattern goes up to 24, which is really nice because normally they only go up to 22. So you get that extra size, which is really nice. And Simplicity patterns and Quick Sew patterns will be on sale this Thursday at Joann's. So from Thursday to Sunday, Quick Sew and Simplicity patterns will be on sale per the flyer. Anyway, those are the things that I am thinking about doing for my next Fabric Mart blog post. And these will go up in October. So you probably won't see much of these until October. But I just wanted to share with you the fabrics that I selected, and then also some things that I am thinking about doing with these fabrics. Please chime in below and let me know which of these patterns you think would work best for these particular prints, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope you all have a happy and blessed sewing week.